from marketwizards.com and eminingwizard.com on the 8th of March 2019, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Let's talk risk and reward. We haven't done that in a while. We mention it all the time, but I'm going to try to show you visibly what I mean by that. And we're going to pick like a 20-point range just for the heck of it. We can use any size we want. 100 points, 50 points, 200 points, 10 points, whatever you want. But let's assume right now that something like 28 is our pivot. So the very best way that I know to try to describe that idea from any moment in time, from wherever you are, there's probably like, I think Futures Trader 71 said it best, there's a 50-50 odds, you know, to go either way, the next point, or 2 points, or 5 points, whatever. It's always a 50-50. So you want to try to calculate the idea of, okay, where am I and what can I do from wherever we are? When you wake up in the day, you already know there's a stolen range because the market's gone without you if you've been sleeping. So you diminish your expectations and you hope there's a bounce that you can short. And you may not get all the way back, but you know that if you get a bounce, it will help you to come back and get something, whether it's 4, 5, or 6. So if there's a 20-point range or a 10-point range or 50, it doesn't matter. Proportions are the same. And we'll use 10 points just for an example, because in a 10-point range, we know there's 4 points back or 5 or 6. And all you really need to do is be a patient trader and catch, hopefully, an area that comes into resistance. And then, Mr. Market, I'll give you 10 points. Will you give me 4, 5, or 6? And you can live on that 4, 5, or 6 if you can do that over and over. And that's the point of understanding charts like these, saying, fine, if you give me a shot, I'm going to hit you, and I'm going to take a contra to that move, and I'm not even going to expect to go out and beat you. I don't care. I'll be happy to give you 10 points if you'll give me 4, 5, or 6. That's the essence of more conservative trader rather than trying to guess. You're trying to guess the end of that run and say, okay, fine, you got it. Now, please, I allowed you your turn, give me my turn. And I'm not even asking to beat you. And if you're really, an aggressive trader, then you'll want to use your trail or whatever. But if not, you're happy. Man, I just gave you a run. You're saying right here from this spot, 25s. You got a 12-point trade. Fine. Then give me at least 6 points back. And that's going to get you to your 32s. And then obviously, if you can get below that, you got gravy. That's the way I think, and that's what I'm trying to teach for some of you guys that want to learn how to trade day trading. Not just position or swing trading, but all these tools we've been trying to show you. So you put these together and you put together ideas, whether you're a profiler that told you the same thing, that area we said should be resistance, paid 37.5 to 38.5. That's got to be resistance for now. And we get a nice swing backwards, and the profiler is seeing the same thing that we are. Fine, give me a shot, I'll hit the bounce. Instead of trying to short, this is where somebody had said, I think either yesterday or overnight, this morning, I remember somebody saying, my timing is off. And I believe because you're so committed to the direction of the trade that you're not thinking about risk and reward. Instead of the old adage that I keep proposing, which is let it come to you. Old timers, you say that, let it come to you. and then hit it. This is a classic example of that. Okay, here's something I put on just to show you an idea. So this is one of our setups, right? I just put it on, said, okay, show me a 28 as the middle. Just arbitrarily put that number in here. So from 28, your risk and reward, a 5-point is at 33 or your 23s. A 10-pointer back to 38s or down to 18. So you already know, you guys that are saying 18, come on, we can get there. I'm saying that from 23, from 18, it's just as, the odds are just as good to get back to 33 or 23. But now you've got 5 points left of reward, and you got this risk all the way back up to here at your 38. So if you think this way, you'll start to understand, I believe, how risk and reward enters the picture. And the closer you get to here from that moment in time, from 28, and you can put any number you want there, just using this as an example, then there's less reward as you get here, and obviously less reward as you get here. And the core of that idea has got to be in between for the range. That's the way I think. And I cannot sum it up any clearer than that for day traders. Try to pick a range that makes sense and understand risk and reward. And then obviously directionality and all those other things. But when you expect a range, this idea will help you to define slip sliding away. Nearer you get to your destination, you slip slide away. So it doesn't negate either of these targets. But from a 28, I said today, 28, that'll be our next support. And if that breaks, then we're going to use 18, right? This is what I was thinking. And I said, let's think of 38 and a half as our resistance. Why? Because it was yesterday's low. So why not think this way? That's the best example I can give you to try to figure that stuff out. And you can do this either with our machinery or take, some of the tools that you have here in NinjaTrader. You can set that up very easily, even if you don't have our tools. So I hope this clarifies the risk and reward concept. And like I said, you can set this any place you want, including where you think support is. Like I said, 12. I'm picking 12. The big boys are thinking 12 support. They're going to risk 10 points to try to get 10 points. They've done that. Best I can do to explain this. I hope that helps. All right, Don, take care. Brian, thank you. Great posts. Shooting for 456 gives you more time to set up the next shot. Correct. In RTH, obviously, we've had a higher high and higher lows going on, but that's still a contra in the days range. And here's your 4, here's your 5, here's your 6. 18 to 22, still support. 38 to 42, still resistance. And I've got morning session, about a half an hour left. And typically range type trading. Zeke has a feeling that if we can't close the half gap, it's typically bearish, rabid dog day. I'm not suggesting rabid dog day right now only because of the length of travel that we've had for the week. Normally, I would agree with him, but the travel range for the week has left me feeling that risk and reward has favored the upside today, and this is probably just a silly program trade trying to get out of here, but I'm not believing in that much either. So range trading is what I've suggested this morning. And then in the afternoon, we'll tell. We'll still get one more bounce that can be hit today. And if you've got your VIG, you got your 4, 5, or 6 per contract, good for you.